we were, both of us were in sync with one, let's say, aspiration. What we call as travel kida. So we have got this travel kida in us, and we want to travel and see the world, not only the world, but also India. So that was one of our main aims, and that was what was provided for in our retirement plans. I have visited in the last about years, traveled about 31 countries internationally, spanning across 5 continents. Of course, we have got South America and Antarctica left, which is still on our bucket list, and I hope to travel sometime soon.
15 years ago, the now 70-year-old KS Kumar retired from active corporate life. Before he ended up retiring, he and his wife Radha had decided that the top priority of their retirement goals was that they wanted to travel the world.
My last date in corporate job, I would say, was in 31st December 2009. In 2007, we had decided this, that in 2 years' time, probably I'll retire, so the plans worked. Year after year, what we do is that we have a bucket list, and we plan in advance, at least 2 years in advance, and we put our thoughts together, both of us, and say these are the countries we hope to visit, let's say in this year. Again, next year, we plan to visit these. And then broadly put a number to it. I mean, it cannot be exact, but saying that, okay, fine, this is the budget or this is the expected expenditure per visit. And this is both for international as well as domestic travel. In a good year, when I say that there is no other commitments in a year, that particular year we'll be doing approximately about 4 to 5 visits. And each visit would be somewhere around maybe 9 to 10 days or 9 to 12 days. And out of this 4 to 5 visits, maybe about 2 to 3 maybe international, and 2 would be, let's say, domestic. That is how we do our, let's say, travel plans.
Till today, they use 60% of their annual expenses for traveling.
Broadly speaking, we follow a 60-40 strategy. That is 60% in equity and 40% in debt. And we have got 3 buckets of investment. So the first bucket is short term or near term. The second is medium term, and the third is long term. Short term obviously is for immediate needs of the day-to-day expenses. Medium term, as if you have to travel sometime, you have to redeem from the corpus, and that could be medium. Then long term obviously is for long-term growth. So it's a mix of what I call it as debt and equity. The short-term funds are mostly in debt. Medium terms are mostly in hybrid, and the long term are mostly in the equity. Now, this is not 100% true in all the cases, but it is, the tendency is more towards these the equation which I just told you.
But until 2005, 90% of the couple's investment was in real estate. It was only around when Kumar decided that he wanted to retire soon after moving from Gurugram to Bengaluru that the couple decided to diversify. However, the rental income that he was receiving from his second property played a huge, crucial role in him deciding to retire, as it covered the household expenses at that point in time.
In 2009, when I retired, apart from the real estate investment which I had, and I had a steady income of rental from there, plus I had also had, because of the retirement benefits from the organization where I retired, I had a pretty good corpus, and that corpus was built even after I finished off all my liabilities as far as the housing loan is concerned, and other small liabilities were concerned. So I had no liabilities as such till 2018. One way or the other engaged with this social organization, and I was getting a remuneration from there. And during that time, 2018-2019 time frame, I also sold off my real estate property. So therefore, my rental income also stopped flowing through. So therefore, I had to forcefully get into a situation where I had to do a systematic withdrawal plan.
Now the couple meets their financial planner annually to plan out their foreseeable expenditures in an extremely organized manner.
First of all, between me and my wife, we decide on what is the expenses going to look like in particularly the next year in terms of the day-to-day expenses. Secondly, what is going to be our one-time expenses, annual expenses, like for example vacation or any other special things like for Medical, for example, if I had to do a dental makeup, then what is going to be expensive. So those sort of things we take a call and we do the planning in those terms. Of course, in that, we also put in we also put in emergency equations, like, we do not know what is going to happen, that sort of a thing, and we plan for it. So this is one thing which we decide to do. Secondly, along with our financial planner in the December or January review which we do, we also decide on what is going to be the investment strategy in terms of the equity to debt ratio. Based on the market condition, what are the inflation and what is the what does the market look like in terms of the return on investment.
So from living a relatively ordinary corporate life, Kumar and Radha are now living the dream, as they say, and they're traveling the world.
Initially, even I was in the corporate sector, but I quit that and I started teaching in the year 94. After 94, I continued teaching up to 2003. This was in Gurugram. And when we moved to Bengaluru, I started working in a school, but not in a teaching capacity, but I was in the administration of a school from 2003 to 2006. After which I decided to give it all up, and I have been since then volunteering with the school for the underprivileged and special children, and I am thoroughly enjoying that phase of my life right now, along with my travels.